Hey guys, welcome back to Shep Talk and welcome back to a review of Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire. Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire was directed by Adam Wingard and was written by Terry Rosario, Simon Barrett, and Jeremy Slater. Godzilla, Kong, The New Empire stars Rebecca Hall as Eileen Andrews, Brian Trey Henry as Bernie Hayes, Dan Stevens as Trapper. Godzilla Kong, The New Empire has a runtime of 1 hour and 55 minutes. Quick synopsis. A new titan threatens not only the hollow earth, but the world above, and to beat him, two rival titans must team up and save the world they love. Now, in these types of movies, it is to be expected. The only thing really people are looking for, titans fighting other titans, or kaiju fighting other titan, or kaiju as they're called in here. And I'm not going to say this movie does not disappoint on that front. We do get some epic fight scenes with titans fighting titans, vice versa. Godzilla has his storyline, Kong has his storyline, and we do get some epic fights. And one of those epic fights I'm going to have to say is the first time that Kong meets the Scar King. I swear to God, that scene probably was one of my most favorite scenes in this movie. Just two of them going at it, and both of them having kind of different styles on how they fight, other monsters. And of course, having this type of movie, you got to make sure your CGI is on point, because pretty much 99% of this movie is probably CGI and so if it's not on point, people are going to know. It's going to detract from the movie. Bad CGI could lead to making a movie bad. But I'm going to have to say, if there was bad CGI in this movie, I didn't notice it. It did not detract from my enjoyment of the movie. We got some very beautiful scenery in this movie, especially in the hollow world and then the subterranean world that they discovered. I thought it did an excellent job. Godzilla and Kong look really well. The Scar King being what he has to be is pretty well done. And yes, I usually bring this up. It's like humans are not the point of this movie. But I will say I do have a favorite human in this. And that is the one played by Dan Stevens, aka Trapper. Dan Stevens knew what he was doing when he got this role. He pretty much lived it up. Trapper, being who he is, every time he was on screen, had me wondering, what is he going to do? What crazy antics is he going to do? And he didn't disappoint. I think he, out of all the humans, pretty much was the best one out there. And I have to give props to Kaylee Hoddle as Jaya. It is nice to see that Hollywood is giving representation to actors with disabilities that still have the proper methods to function, even if they can't hear or see, as we've been seeing with Hollywood this year. It is great to see that representation. And Kaylee alone, with the scenes that she had, did not really even need to sign or speak. She was able to deliver her emotion or her point across by just giving the body language and being able to express on her face. I thought she did a very good job, especially being as young as she is. I can't wait to see her in further stuff, because she does have, I think, the potential to be a great actor in Hollywood. Now on to some of the things I didn't like about this movie. And again, this being a Kong Godzilla movie, we are really coming there for one thing, and that is to see Kong and Godzilla on the big screen and fighting monsters, and we get that. But the story, the plot just seems to be lackluster, in my opinion. It kind of slows it down and makes it drag some. This movie is almost 2 hours long, and I think it really could have been trimmed down. Like a lot of these kaiju movies, the human element isn't the main factor in this movie. And the fact, I get it, that Hollywood brings the human element in there so that way we as the audience have kind of that view of the Kong and Godzilla through their eyes and see through them. But really, we didn't spend much time with the humans with the Titans. The humans had their own storyline, and I think just because of having a Godzilla storyline, having a Kong storyline, and then having a human storyline, it was just too much too many characters, not enough time to really develop anything going on. So it really affected the whole movie, especially with the story and being how it was driven. And sadly, one of those people I feel that suffered the most for it was Brian Tyree Henry's character of Bernie. We saw him before in the last movie. He is our podcast conspiracy theory guy. Being very smart, though, he did help save the world in the last movie, but I really felt like his character wasn't really needed. Like, if he was removed from this movie, it wouldn't have been missed. And sadly, Trapper, Dan Stevens' character, really filled the role of comic relief and filled the role better. Bernie just seemed to be around. He didn't really have any purpose but to be like, I guess, try to be like our audience, the audience's point of view into this world. But I think we could have done that with Dan Stevens' character as well. So sadly, Bernie wasn't really needed in this movie. It just felt like it was just giving us another connection to the prior movie. And again, another element I think didn't really matter in this is the Iwi tribe that we discover in this movie. We see them in the trailer. I feel like the role that they played in this movie could have been taken out and we really wouldn't have missed it. And with that, like I said before, adding the human element, having all these storylines just slowed the pace down. Being a 2-hour movie, having so many people, so many storylines, it just didn't do it for this movie. Overall, this movie delivers what we are looking for. Titans fighting titans, kaiju fighting kaiju, call it whatever you want. We get that in this movie. I will say there are some scenes that go quicker than I wanted, but again, it is almost a 2-hour movie, and with everything going on in there, they can't give us fight after fight after fight. But it is beautifully done. There's some really great fights in this movie, and especially with Kong and Scar King, and then the finale, I think, was really well done and handled. And then we get the lore aspect of this, which I don't usually mind lore in this movie, but again, I guess going back to the human element, it slows it down. So I think they just need to trim it up, or tighten it up somehow, and make it easier to digest, make it not seem to be a stopping point in what we really are looking for. And I think what really hurts this movie too is that Godzilla -1 came out this year. And that was a fantastic kaiju movie, taking us back to like the early days of Godzilla and showing us that you can add that human element, that human storyline with a kaiju movie and be really good. So I think it hurts this movie that it seemed like they just had too much going on. But this is what it is, right? This is a summer popcorn flick happening in March. I don't know why March. I guess maybe the rest of the season is booked with other blockbuster movies. But I think, like with Ghostbusters, it just lacks that substance that really required it to be a great movie. It is a good movie, just not a great movie. It will entertain you, is what it really gets down to. But guys, with that being said, that is all I have time for today. Shep Talk is going to give Godzilla Kong, The New Empire, 3 Sheps out of 5. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know down in the comments down below. Did you just really enjoy it and I am just blowing this out of the water? Or am I kind of right where it kind of did seem to muddle through as a fun ride, but it really didn't offer us anything new or exciting? But guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel out greatly, and I do truly appreciate each and every one of you. But this is Darth Shep, signing off.